is Citrus, and Sonic has had a lot of different gameplay styles over the years. Start off with the Genesis Classic Trilogy, then you have some of the weird spin-offs, you got the adventure formula, but for the past 10 years, the formula that we've seen in the mainline games have been the boost formula. Well, every game in the past 10 years except for like Lost World and Boom, but Boom isn't mainline, so it doesn't count. The boost formula is all about going fast and reacting to whatever the level throws at you, and it is a pretty well-liked formula, one that has spawned many very well-received games in the Sonic franchise. However, many have felt that it has sort of worn out its welcome over these 10 years. It's not a bad style, it's just one that people have kind of gotten bored of, and I think Sonic Team has also gotten bored of it, as with Sonic Frontiers, the next mainline Sonic game, they're going into the next evolution of the series, open world. And I, for one, am very happy to see them trying something new, but it also brings up the question of what happens to the boost formula. There are rumors of it showing up in Sonic Frontiers, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is an actual boost in Sonic Frontiers, but that whole style of game, because it's not just about the boost, it's about the level design and just how those games are played. What's gonna happen to that? And while I can't predict what Sega's gonna do, I do have some ideas of how they could use the boost formula without it necessarily affecting the mainline games. Before I get into what I think they should do with the boost formula, I want to talk about some of its shortcomings and sort of why people want to get rid of it as soon as possible. I think a large incentive behind that is the fact that the last boost game that we got was not good. I think that release really just highlighted a lot of the problems in the boost formula that are just innately in its DNA. Like the level design sort of has to be built around you always going super fast in like a straight line, so levels are sort of hallway-ish with not a ton of exploration. Not to say that all the boost games are super easy or that there aren't any alternate routes to take in these levels. I'm just saying that it's a lot less exploration based and a lot less freeing to kind of do what the player wants compared to something like the adventure titles. And another thing that I think the game that shall not be spoken of really highlighted was how short some of the levels are. When you have a character like Sonic whose main gimmick is going fast, you need to make bigger and longer levels to compensate for that. But of course, making bigger and longer levels is more resource intensive. It takes more development time to make bigger, longer levels. So in order to combat this, they'll either add in a secondary gameplay mode or just try and add in stuff like minor puzzle solving to make you slow down a little bit, which just isn't that fun. With all that said though, I do think that boost has a place in the series. I know I kind of just went over all of its flaws and how it's not as good as the adventure formula or really just any other more open gameplay style, but that's all from the perspective of it being the main series style. I think the boost formula actually has tremendous potential as a spin-off. Imagine a future where we had three core pillars of Sonic. You have the main open world games, you have the 2D games like Sonic Mania, and then you have the boost formula games. Now, of course, there are some immediate issues when you talk about this. It took them 6 years to make Sonic Forces, so doesn't sound very feasible for something that's only supposed to be a spin-off. And despite how massive Sonic is as a brand, Sonic Team themselves is a pretty small team. They just don't seem to have the manpower to both develop the core open world games and then also these boost spin-off games, which were already taking their entire team to make. However, I do think there is a way for both of these things to coexist and not intertwine with each other or interrupt each other's dev cycles. So with that said, here is my pitch for the Sonic Boost spin-off series thing. The series would be called Sonic Boost, an easy name to understand if you are a longtime Sonic fan. It would be a budget title, around $40, same price as Sonic Forces, and would come out in between the big open world games. and in order for this to happen, either Sonic Team needs to get much larger, or they would need to throw the series to a different developer. I'm not sure who would be a great fit for the series, but I would be interested in seeing Dimps, the developers of the handheld 2D Sonic games, take a crack at a boost game. As for the actual gameplay, it's pretty much the same boost formula we all know, but just a little different. Levels would be more reaction-based, and annoying stuff like the waiting and puzzles would be completely gone. There would still be 2D sections, although heavily dialed back compared to games like Sonic Colors and Forces. I do think they add a good bit of variety to the levels, so I don't want to get rid of them completely, but it should only be like 1 or 2 short sections per level, and not like over half the level like in Colors and Forces. And these levels should be challenging due to the quick reaction times needed, but once you get it down, you should be able to beat it in around 2 to 3 minutes. And since this is a budget title, we're gonna be reusing assets from the mainline games. Gotta keep that cost down. One thing I'd also really like to see in a game like this is multiple playable characters. Somehow, in 14 years of boost formula games, we've only played as Sonic, Werewolf Sonic, Classic Sonic, and an OC. You don't need me to tell you that that is super lame, so instead we're gonna steal ideas from Sonic Heroes. You'd have speed characters, flying characters, and power characters, each type opening up different shortcuts in each level. This way characters feel unique, but one isn't necessarily better than the other. In terms of which new characters would be playable, I'd want everyone from Heroes, plus newer characters like Silver and Blaze. Other characters like the Babylon Rogues and Marine would also be cool, and maybe some IDW characters while we're at it. Is this feasible? Probably not, but it's nice to dream. The story would take a hard backseat. The gameplay is the main focus. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. A story mode similar to Rivals or Team Sonic Racing would honestly be fine with me. Just play a level, get some dialogue, next level. But the main appeal of the game would be the online leaderboards. Your level times can be uploaded online and you can see how you rank nationally or worldwide. There would also be different leaderboards for different challenges. Obviously, who can beat a level the fastest would be one of them, but also who can collect all the red rings in the level the fastest, who can beat the level with the most points, etc. There could also be local split-screen multiplayer to try and race your friends. And that is my idea for Sonic Boost, aka what to do with the boost formula after Sonic Frontiers. And while I know everyone wants to get away from the boost formula as soon as possible, I still think there's just so much potential in that style, and it really is one of the best styles we've seen in the whole series. I just hope SEGA sees the same potential that I do in this series and actually go through with making some sort of boost spin-off game. But let me know what you guys thought about my little concept down below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you a fan of the boost formula? Are you not a fan? Are you excited for them to be getting rid of it and moving on to something new? Or do you also wish for them to sort of coexist in this bubble where we have open world games and boost games? But once again, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you all later. Peace.